And I asked God, was this what I was supposed to get or maybe be in life? Is this my grades? Then God told me there's a second chance. When you read the Bible will always tell you that God is a God of the second chances.
Chance.
So I felt something inside me, and God was telling me, just go and try again. That's when I went back and told my father, Dad, can you take me back to the university, back then to high school, so that I can try once? And my parents were actually willing to
give you another chance.
to give me another chance. So they took me back again to Rio Kindo Boys High School. I went and joined Form 4 direct. And I told myself one thing, I'm not going back home. Whether there are holidays, half terms, I'm not going back home. I will stay back in school, because also there was shame. I had lied to my friends that I've gone to Nairobi and there's a university that I've joined. So I could not gather the muscles again to go back, to show up back home in a school uniform.
Wow.
So I had to stay back at school.
Yeah.
So I told Mom, I'm going to stay, whether there are half terms or maybe there is closing day, I'm going to stay back at school. So I went to school. I remember set books were changing. Then we were doing the River and the Source. Now Blossoms of the Savannah is now changing, and people are even asking me, how are you going to master all these new set books that are coming? I was doing Kidagaa Kimemwozea, now Uchozi Raheri is coming in. Now I had to put my mind down. I had to work hard. And I remember before even 1 week ended, I had mastered all the set books. I had mastered all the Fasihi books, and I was ready now to conquer the exams. You see, the mathematics, which was hard on me, now became easy. The chemistry, which was hard on me, now became very easy to me, because I had set my mind. That's why I want to say that when you set your mind, everything begins with your mindset. When you set your mind, everything is going to run smooth.
Wow, that makes sense. No wonder the Bible tells us to renew our minds with the Word of God.
Exactly.
Wow.
And one thing that helped me also, when I was back then at school, I now became a spiritual reader. I was going to teach my young Form 1 and telling them to be serious in their studies, because I was an example. From my experience now, from my failure, I became an inspiration. And I never wanted anybody to go through what I went back then. So I started transforming other people. I could go to Form 1 classes, Form 2 classes, Form 3 classes, and even preach to them. So back then I became a spiritual leader. I was appointed as a personal ministry leader to chair in the church. So I began to work hard. And eventually, after the Form 4 in 2019, I got a B+. Scoring very well in mathematics, scoring very well in the subjects that were hard then, in chemistry and biology. And my father wanted me to do Bachelor in Education Sciences. But,
and you wanted to do something else.
But inside me, I wanted to do something else.
Yes.
Inside me was a field in media and broadcasting. I wanted to be a journalist. Now I went and sat with my father down. There's that form of KUSIPs, applying the KUSIPs and selection of the campuses.
Yeah.
And I went and applied all the media institutes, Tomorrow morning, my father told me, I want you to do Bachelor in Education Sciences. So you see, there's always some differences between a father or maybe parents with kids concerning on what they want to do.
Yes. I also was told to do a different course from what I really wanted. But I ended up obeying my parents, because at the end of the day, they are paying the tuition.
Exactly. So I had actually to go and do, because I was raised up as an obedient kid. I had to obey my parents. I had to actually do what they wanted. So I never did what was inside me, but I did what was inside my parents. So I had to go to school and do Bachelor in Education Sciences. And that's where I did mathematics, biology. And I was very good in mathematics.
Wow.
I was very good in biology. I was called in Mount Kenya University in 2020. So 2020, I joined Mount Kenya University and I started schooling, studying curriculum designs in teaching. and what I do. But when I was at the university, I told myself something. I have something inside me. And this thing, I will not just let it go. I must work on it. So I could attend my normal classes, usual classes, but when I'm free, I could learn to the studio and learn some tips on editing, voicing, scripting, doing documentaries. So I was doing 2 courses. One, I was educating myself, and one, my parents were educating me.
Yeah.
So when I was at the university, I started establishing myself as a gospel minister. And now what was a challenge in me was finance, because my parents could not pay for me school fees
and then finance you.
And also finance me in other projects that I wanted to do, like buying a microphone, like maybe buying a camera, or maybe doing anything that I wanted. They could not do that. And with their aim, they had taken me to school.
To study. Not to sing.
Okay. So I started establishing myself as a gospel minister because I had the desire of people listening to me. I had the desire of people getting something from me. I wanted to actually do something that people could listen and maybe be inspired from it. So I saw, let me start singing. So I started my first song, and let me tell you, it was not easy because I had no finances. So what I decided to do is to actually form a WhatsApp group and maybe ask my friends to actually support me and record my songs. I opened a WhatsApp group. I added around 100 people, and I did my small calculation and kasema, I said, these are 100 people. If each and everyone gives me 200 shillings, that's around 20,000. So this is a good amount to start with. So I added around 200 people, my friends. And I wrote there, I'm the first one, I have contributed 1,000. Let me tell you that 1,000, I never had it. But I just wrote with faith.
Yes.
1,000, Kelvin Nyakundi 1,000. And what was very disappointing is that there's nobody who contributed.
That's what I was going to ask, because even us, when we were organizing when we were fundraising for our wedding, then I got like over 1,000 congratulations messages. And then now we started forming groups and inviting people for wedding meetings.
Exactly.
I can promise you, these social media likes and comments, most of the time it's a scam, because it's like no one showed up. It's only me and my husband.
True.
Yes.
Now, nobody contributed in that group. Why? I tend to think it's because these people never believed in me, and they have never seen me sing, and I have formed a group. How could they know that this young man really can sing? So there's nobody who believed in me that this young man can sing. So no friend contributed to me.
Wow.
And at one point, I came to discover these people are right, by the way. Nobody will ever support you if they have never seen what you can do. I always say provision always follows a vision. So if you don't have a vision, there's nobody who will provide for you. So actually, these people had not seen my vision, and they could not provide to me because they have not seen what I do. So I went to the studio, and I communicated with the producer. I told the producer, I don't have cash, but I want you to help me. I want you to help me record my first song. I had composed a lot of songs. And I knelt down and asked the producer, kindly just help me. Just help me. And I remember my producer, Mr. Sam in Thika, helped me produce my first song. Now, my second song, I had not to pay my rent. My parents were paying for me rent of 6,000 in a single room. So I had not to pay my rent so that I can record my second song.
Wow. I
took a risk because there's a day I was scrolling my phone, and I came across one Nigerian woman, and she was saying, were it not of the risk that I took in my life, then I could not be where I am today. So from that message, I took that message and said, I'm going to take a risk of not going to pay my rent, but go and record a song that will inspire people, a song that when people will listen, they will be blessed with. So I never paid my rent. Back then I was living in hostels. And there was a person who was managing those hostels. He was known as a janitor. I never paid rent for 4 months. That amounts to a total of 24,000, 4 times 6,000. And one day the janitor came, and he was going through his register. Those people are staying in the hostels and they have not paid. And I was one of them.
Whoa.
Now, I was not there at that time, but my bag, my clothes, my blanket, my mattress was there. So the janitor took everything, all my clothes, all my blanket, my beddings, and my bag, and he went with them to his office. So I had to go to him first so that I get to those basic needs. So I came to the hostels and my friends told me, the janitor has taken your belongings and he has said, you go and see him. With me inside me, I knew I have a mistake. I've never paid those amount. Back then I had done 6 songs. I had recorded a video, 2 videos in YouTube, and they were playing very well. So I went to the janitor, and the janitor told me, you've been staying in the hostels and you've not paid for 6 months. I want you to go and write a letter. And in that letter, indicate that you've been living there for around 4 months and you've never paid. And I asked my friends, this is what I'm being told. What do you think about this? And they told me, you know, this amount will be put in your school fees and you will not sit for any exam until you pay for that amount. And I knew my parents, how they were tough on me. So I could not also tell them the way they were struggling to get money. I could not also tell them what was happening. So I had to keep that for myself. So I had to seek for another alternative. What can I do? I remember I had friends who were staying outside the institution. I remember I had a friend who was back then at the high school. We were living together. We had been called together at the same institution, same university. So I opted for that idea. I can go and stay with
your
him.
Friend.
Exactly.
Was he also willing to take you in?
Yeah, he was willing because he was also struggling, but he was a drunkard. Now, with me, I was not a drunkard. I was a Christian boy, a fresher, just joined in the university. What could I do? Because that is the only option that I have. What could I do now? I was in a crossroad of not knowing what I could do, where I could stand. I took that letter, I folded the paper, I placed it in my pocket and walked out of the institution. I went up to Runda. I remember the place was known as Runda. I called the friend and I told him I have no place to sleep, I have no clothes to change, I have nothing to put on my mouth or even somewhere to lay my head. Could you kindly accommodate me? And he told me, for me to accommodate you, we must share the cost of my house. I'm paying 6,000, so you must pay 3,000, and I pay 3,000. But I told him, for the first month, I don't have anything, just accommodate me. Now, the guy allowed to accommodate me, but the fact that he accommodated me the first month and I was not paying, I became the maid. Now he started leaving all the duties to me. So I was cooking, washing the utensil, washing even his clothes, mopping the house, because I had no say. I'm living in his place and
you don't have the money to pay.
And I don't have the money to pay. So that is the only option, and that's what I could do. So I had to survive in that environment. Sometimes he could just come on Friday and tell me, sir, I'm coming with my girlfriend, so make sure you look for somewhere to sleep tonight. So those are the challenges when I remember I went through the university. And this time now I started feeling like there's depression, and there's nobody who can accommodate me. I started feeling rejection, like who can accept me, who can actually. Now it forced me even to have a girlfriend, because the situation could not even allow me to be alone. It forced me to date a girl in the university, and that was my first girlfriend by then, back at the university. And in that place, the girl never also treated me very well.
Because you are not financially
stable. I was not financially stable. I had nothing. So she had her ex boyfriend. Well, she also loved me.
Oh wow.
So I was still not comfortable with that situation. So there's a lot of things that happened, a lot of stuff that happened, until one day I received a call from a parent of a student we were studying with back then at high school. They told me my son will be admitted at Mount Kenya University. And he has told me you are a preacher back then at school. And I want you to stay with my kid. I want you to look for him a house. Their parents were financially stable. I told them, with me I have nothing. How can I help your kid? They told me, you just look for a good house. I will buy everything. I will do everything, every shopping, so long as you stay with my kid and you help him. And that's where I felt that my burden, at least, it has been reduced. So I looked for a house. The parents came and they placed us together and we started living. Then when we were there, I did my first album launch. I have some mentors.
But the WhatsApp group is still there, or did you get rid of it?
That group is not there now.
Okay. Yeah.